Hey guys, Phoenix here, and today we're in Escape from Tarkov. So just thought I'd give a few tips on just a few things I've picked up for new players that are a little helpful. So what we're going to do is I just did this earlier, but we're just going to take that out and we're just going to go for a hatchet run on Factory. And this is probably one of the better ways to get a fair chunk of loot, especially when you're first starting out, because what I've noticed a lot of people on the forums and on the subreddit, they like blast all their gear, blast all their money, and are left with, you know, just whatever they spawn with, and don't know how to kind of recoup their losses and, you know, get enough shit to pull their way back up. Personally, I would recommend at the very least try a pistol, because most of the gear you're going to get, especially on Factory, it's going to be from other players and scavs. You can do a fair bit of looting, but it depends. So I haven't actually jumped on today, so we'll have a look and see how bad the desync is. It wasn't too bad yesterday, so I'm hoping it's about the same. But yeah, so I think Factory is probably the best map to go on as far as hatchet runs and you know, your time to net loot ratio. Factory is probably the best one. But yeah, again, personally, I would probably at least try with a pistol. I'll go to this start. Oh, about a minute ago, okay. Because if you've got a pistol, you're at least, you know, somewhat likely to be able to take down a scav or another player. Less so with a hatchet. Okay. Also, another quick tip that is worth noting is, depending on which edition you've got, you'll have a secure container or a gamma container or whatever. Whenever you pick items up, store them in there. Well, maybe not food, but things that you can sell to the traders and things that are worth, you know, a decent amount of money. Or even if you pick up a pistol, they tend to take up 2 slots, so that should fit in all of these secure containers. So, yeah. Okay. So, like I said, your best chance of getting some decent loot is to get a few scav kills. Okay, so you can still do alright with just a hatchet, and you know, out of that I've already walked away with you know, a small backpack and a vest. So I think the best, like I said, the best advice I can give is kind of just you know, it's a game where you do want to move relatively slow most of the time, but if you're just doing hatchet runs, you can't really lose anything. So like I said, you can fit that in there, and even you can even fit a scav vest inside the large gamma container, so you can more or less walk, you know, pocket everything you get when you're doing scav runs. Or not scav runs, sorry, hatchet runs. So I think, yeah, like I said again, my best advice, if you can, take at least a pistol in with you, and you should be okay. But yeah, like I said, pistol, pretty useful. I should discard that. That'll fit in there. Ooh. Now it's time to get the hell out of Dodge, because I actually walk away with a decent amount of gear. Okay. Quick tip, Alt B checks your fire mode. I think this is on auto. And the easiest exit to get to if you don't have a key on Factory is just over by... Whoa. Just down here. So, see how we go. Someone's coming after me. Yes, and cool. So that was actually a really good run. We came out of that pretty good. We came out of that with what did we do? A backpack and 2 AVS rigs, and a AK. And we started off with a hatchet. So it's just a matter of persistence, I think. You just have to kind of go at it again and again and again to really get lucky. But yeah, so I think that went a lot better than I expected it to. And I think probably the best advice I can give actually is, if you're having issues with the desync, just don't play. Or Alt F4 and hop out of that round, because the desync is 100% one of the major reasons I lost a lot of gear early on. Cool, hit a mag. You know, it just makes it ridiculous. So if you end up hitting a game that's got some pretty bad desync, like I said, the best advice I've got is just Alt F4, reconnect, and hopefully it'll put you in a more stable connection to the servers. Because yeah, otherwise you're just going to lose whatever you take with you. And that's no fun. So yeah, so that was just a quick little run on factory. So we'll actually do it again with a pistol, and just to kind of show off why I recommend it so much. So just cut back after I finished screwing around with the stash. Okay, so we're back, same thing, jumping back into factory, and actually I'll just quickly back out. So this is basically the gear that I'll be running in. So I'll just have a small backpack. Generally you can pick these off scavs, like that one there. I should actually move that back down. So you can pick these off scavs, basically all three of these backpacks, and same with the scav vest. It's typically what you spawn with as a scav, either that or an AVS rig. And I've just got a Makarov and one backup magazine. So we'll jump back in, see how we go. But yeah, so that actually went a lot better than I expected it to. I managed to get the drop on the dude with an AK, and walk out with an AK, and that's actually the first time I've ever had one of those. So yeah, that's pretty good with that, pretty happy with that. But yeah, so like I said, kind of your main thing is, I think, especially if you're doing hatchet runs, try and hit all the try and get the drop on a scav AI, or at the very least try and find some dead bodies, because people tend to leave the bodies. Of course, this just started. People tend to leave the bodies just sitting there. Whoa! Okay. That round didn't go so well. Damn. Yeah, I had a feeling that was a player. Ah, well. We'll jump back in. Actually, what we'll do is we'll jump in as a scav. So the other mechanic is, yeah, once every hour, as was detailed in a previous video that I'll link in the description. Once every hour or so, you can jump in as a scav, and this typically means that you spawn with, yeah, the short version is you spawn with a variety of gear. So in this case, I'm spawning with no pistol by the looks of it, but I'm spawning with a shotgun and a vest. So I mean, at the end of the day, you've got two choices. You can spawn in and have a look around and try and pick up some things, because the AI scavs won't attack you. And if a player scav attacks you, then the AI will typically respond to their hostile presence as well, and leave you alone, but they will actually go to town on them. So if you are just trying to loot, probably the best thing I can recommend is wait until your scav timers reset, and you can kind of just jump in and loot when the only thing you have to worry about is players. Cool, some more ammo. The only downside of spawning as a scav is you don't have your pouch, so you do have to actually escape. And I mean, if I really wanted to, I could just run out with what I've got. You know, it's a shotgun, so it is actually decent. It's actually relatively decent. But yeah, again, if you spawn as a scav, as long as you avoid players, you can just go through and more or less loot in peace. And it also gives you kind of free reign to go and check all the bodies. So, it's not bad. So we'll just check here. player, or is that a scav? Oh, it's a player, but... Okay. So yeah. So long as you... kind of keep your wits about you can more or less... Especially on factory, you can just spawn as a scav, take whatever you need, and get the hell out. Without too much trouble. So... Okay, he certainly does not like me. So, we don't actually have any bandages, so we will get the hell out of Dodge. They were both player scavs, I reckon. So we were just gonna... Let's just exfil. Cool. So I mean, I probably could have stayed, and I probably could have tried to engage. And you know, I mean, whenever you spawn as a scav, it's none of your gear you spawn with, so I could have, you know, relatively easily risked losing all of that gear without much worry. But kind of one of the main lessons I think Escape from Tarkov teaches you, and one of the main things to take into account when you're playing, is don't be greedy, because 9 times out of 10 it won't end well. You know, if you keep your wits about you and take what you can get, typically you can get out with actually a fairly good chunk of gear. I mean, even then, you know, I managed to escape with, you know, an AK mag, an absolute ton of shotgun shells, and you know, 2 backpacks, or sorry, 2 vests and a backpack, along with a shotgun. So, I think the biggest tip I can give to new players is don't be greedy. You know, take what you can get, and you know, as long as you keep your wits about you, you should be more or less a-okay. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more of this in the future, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, so thanks for watching again. Catch you later.